Well, anybody can be a nobody. And for what everybody say, I haven't fought anybody. So come Saturday, we're going to all see.
And how do you do that?
Hey, Max. Boxing is always bigger and big. Don't say boxing is not big enough.
Should it get bigger, yes or no?
Nah.
Should it get bigger, Canelo?
Nah. Boxing is always big and bigger and bigger.
On this fight night, it's not just a fight, it's a history exam with two professors of pain. Crawford showing up sculpted like an action figure. Canelo's rolling in like a king defending his throne. And trust me, this ain't ending with hug.
Are you as confident you could beat Saul in boxing, strength, fitness on Saturday night?
Absolutely. The only thing he probably can beat me in is horseback riding, because I don't ride horses. But anything else, he don't come close.
If Bud keeps his wheels spinning, he can outslick Canelo, but if that gas tank dips, Canelo's body shots will feel like rent being collected. Hot take, this isn't about Instagram muscles, it's about who cracks first under real pressure, and somebody's legacy is about to get rewritten. Now let's hear what the boxing experts have to say.
Crawford is coming up 2 weight classes, and he's coming off a year's layoff. So that's a huge advantage for Canelo. If I give him a great shot in the 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th round to knock out Crawford.
And just when you thought the hype couldn't get louder, here comes Oscar De La Hoya stepping in with that executive fresh cut energy, laying it all out like he's got the script for Saturday night. He's basically saying, look, Crawford better be flawless, speed, footwork, IQ, the whole toolbox, because if he slips once, Canelo's gonna make him pay rent in the ring.
Everything has to be perfect for Crawford. He has to use his footwork, he has to use his speed, his combinations, his ring IQ. He has to stay disciplined. And Canelo, all he has to do is take Crawford's punches. But he cannot be comfortable inside the ring, because if Canelo's comfortable, 12 rounds will go by fast.
And the way he put it, if Canelo doesn't end this fight between 7 and 10, Crawford might just box his ears off like it's Mayweather 2.0. That's the kind of split prediction that makes you lean forward in your chair like, wait, so who's actually walking out alive? But I like where Oscar's head is at. He's not sugarcoating Canelo's flaws either. Heavy feet, struggles with slick movers. That's real talk.
If he doesn't do that, then Crawford is gonna box his ears off. It might be another Mayweather versus Canelo. Remember when Mayweather was just schooling him and making him look silly? That can happen again this Saturday.
The danger, though, is Crawford's heart, and Oscar nailed it. Bud loves a firefight too much. If he trades in the wrong pocket, one Canelo bomb could rewrite the whole night. So now we're left with this. Either Bud plays Picasso with the sweet science, or Canelo goes full demolition crew. No middle ground. And honestly, that's why we watch.
Because if you get caught by Canelo's punch, you're going down. You're gonna get knocked out. So this fight, I have it a close decision for Crawford if it goes to decision, and late knockout between the 7th and 10th round for Canelo.
Alright, so Oscar came in with the blueprint vibes, laying out the dangers and the drama, but then Shakur steps up and man, he's talking like Crawford is about to walk into September, fold up Canelo's playbook, and write his own chapter in boxing history. I mean, Shakur is saying if Bud pulls this off, we're not just talking legacy, we're talking a resume so stacked it could crash LinkedIn.
Once he beat Canelo, that will be like one of the greatest resumes in boxing ever, just because of the fact that he's going up 2 divisions just to fight this guy, and this guy's bigger than him.
And let's be real, the way he put it, it's not just beating Canelo, it's dominating him. Imagine Bud making Canelo look like he's shadowboxing thin air. That's the type of stuff that makes you question reality. And here's what I love, Shakur isn't just hyping Bud, he's putting it plain. There's a path, and we've already seen it. Floyd did it, outsmart him, keep him reaching, and suddenly Canelo looks like he's fighting with Wi-Fi lag.
It's literally blueprints to see. Floyd was a lot smaller than Canelo when he fought him. You keep Canelo on the outside. I ain't gonna even say too much, but you keep him on the outside and make it an easy night.
But here's where I gotta jump in. Easier said than done. Floyd had alien-level reflexes, and Canelo wasn't the beast he is today. Still, if Bud makes it look easy, we might as well build a statue outside Omaha tomorrow. But hey, before we carve marble, let's hear what boxing experts have to say next.
So how would you like to see Bud go out right now? Because he getting close to that time.
I think that's the fight. I think that fight, and then just call it, I'm done. What else is there to prove after beating Canelo? There's nothing else to prove.
You can't go up no more.
Alright, so after hearing Shakur talk like Crawford's about to turn Canelo into a highlight reel, Danny Garcia comes in swinging with a different kind of truth bomb. And I respect it, because Danny isn't just fanboying, he's breaking it down like someone who's lived in those trenches. He's basically saying, yo, weight classes exist for a reason, and honestly, he's not wrong. You can add the muscle, you can scale up, but sometimes your frame just doesn't lie. And the way he painted it, Canelo's built like a tank with Wi-Fi, while Crawford still has that welterweight skeleton.
Because I could see the fight playing out like, all right, cool, it's competitive first 4 rounds. But I feel like once he feels his power a little bit,
Yeah.
he might try to box him a little bit and Canelo just walk him down. I could just see the judges probably give him the rounds for like aggression.
But here's the twist. I love how Danny points out Crawford's stubborn streak. That's the same energy that's made Bud flip doubters into believers his whole career. You tell him you can't, and suddenly he's making you eat those words on fight night. It's that underdog fire, and Danny knows it better than most. He's lived that prove him wrong lifestyle himself, and that's why this fight is so addicting for us fans. One guy betting on size, one guy betting on pure, stubborn greatness. And just like Danny said, critics will always talk, but if they ever stop talking about you, that's when you know the game's really over.
I just think the weight is gonna make a big difference in that fight.
You know,
I may be wrong. You know, Crawford is stubborn, and I guess he don't like hearing stuff like that. So
Yeah.
I think the more people who tells him that he can't win, it's gonna motivate him more to shock the world.
Alright, so after Danny Garcia told us size matters in this fight, here comes David Avanesyan basically saying, forget all that, Canelo's too fast, too sharp, too powerful. And you gotta respect it, because Avanesyan's not just some fan watching from the couch. He actually shared the ring with Crawford. When a guy who got cracked by Bud says, nah, I still think Canelo takes it, you listen. He's out here giving Canelo the edge on timing, speed, and that granite chin that even Golovkin couldn't dent. That's like saying Crawford's got the sauce, but Canelo, he's got the whole kitchen.
I hope Canelo win. I think Canelo win. Canelo power, Canelo good fighter. Crawford is good fighter. I think Canelo win. Canelo have many fight. Canelo fast, power. Crawford sometimes miss punch. I think Canelo win, no points.
But Avanesyan didn't stop there. He gave Crawford a little credit too. He's like, if Bud wins, it's gotta be on points. No way he cracks Canelo's chin. And honestly, that's a fair take, because let's be real, Canelo isn't the type you just walk down and bully. Avanesyan even pointed out that if Crawford tries to meet him toe-to-toe in the center, that's game over. That's Canelo's world, where careers go missing. So yeah, in his eyes, Crawford's only path is brains, not bronze. And I don't know about you, but when a man who ate Bud's punches compares them to baseball bats and still leans toward Canelo, that makes this fight even scarier.
I see Crawford photo. He really big and big muscle, you know, no big fatness. I think he's good calm, he's good feel, he's after the fight.
So after Avanesyan gave us the lowdown on Crawford's power and Canelo's timing, now we've got Jarrett Hurd stepping up with some real tea. This guy literally sparred Crawford and is out here admitting I couldn't back him up. Think about that for a second. We're talking about Hurd, a former champion, saying he tried to push Crawford around at 154 and got nothing but air. That's like trying to push a cement wall and realizing the wall's smarter than you. And he's warning Canelo straight up, don't expect to just walk him down. Crawford's strength is way more than the height, and Hurd's honesty hits harder than any jab.
I was definitely going 12 rounds. Canelo ain't never stopped nobody. He ain't stopped Jaime Miguel, Edward Malinga, John Ryder, and Crawford damn sure ain't stopping no Canelo. He fought Triple G and Duval. I know they don't hit harder. They hit harder than Crawford, so it's going decision for sure.
But here's the kicker. Hurd isn't calling for a knockout. He's calling it what it is, a 12-round chess match. He knows Canelo's never been a one-punch destroyer lately, and Crawford's stamina and cleverness won't let him fold under pressure. So we're looking at a fight where every move counts, and Jarrett's words are like a pre-fight spoiler alert. If you thought this was going to be fireworks and a knockout, think again. We're talking brains, power, and timing all colliding, and Hurd just gave us the blueprint to watch for.
Everybody think he's coming up the way he ain't gonna be strong. They the same height. Crawford told me when I sparred him, he said, "Oh, you back all up with 154 pounds and stuff. You ain't gonna back me up." And I couldn't back his up. False.
So after hearing Jarrett Hurd straight up confess he couldn't back Crawford up, you already know this fight is about more than just power. It's brains, timing, and who's got the guts to handle the pressure. And now we jump to Carl Froch, who's been grinding 30 hours straight just to give us the Vegas vibes. I mean, respect to the man, 4 starts, flights, jet lag, but he's out here sizing these two up like a general before a war. Froch sees Crawford and Canelo standing side by side and says, not much in it, which is basically code for, this is going to be messy and I'm living for it. You can feel the tension just from him breathing into the mic, and I'm with him. This isn't just another fight, it's potentially career defining for both guys.
But Canelo Alvarez, if he wins this, that could be the end of him. If he wanted to hang his gloves up, he's done so much, he's achieved so much. But if he loses the fight, problem with it is also, could be the end of him, because he lost to Bivol, he's also lost to Mayweather. No disgrace in either of them losses. But if he loses now to Terence Crawford and everybody's expecting him to win, a guy that's coming up from welterweight, I mean, it'd be a bad loss for him.
Froch drops the big truth bomb. This is a must-win for someone, and if you're thinking it's just Canelo cruising because he's the bigger guy, think again. Crawford's speed, ring IQ, and counter-punching could turn Canelo's size advantage into a trap. Froch even teases the late-round fireworks. Rounds 8 to 12 could be chaos central. And the way he talks about leg work, jabs, and inside fighting, he's basically giving us the playbook for Crawford to pull an upset. I don't know about you, but I'm pumped. This isn't just a fight, it's a chess match with leather gloves, and Froch just reminded us why we can't blink for a second. The Vegas circus is set, the fighters are ready, and the Cobra says it best. If you're tired just watching the travel, imagine being in the ring for 12 rounds of this madness.
He's not a super middleweight Crawford, so he could kind of afford to lose, but at his age, what is he, 37 years old, he's like tapping on the door for retirement, so this could be career curtains for whoever loses.
Drop your hot takes in the comments. Let's run this debate heavy. And don't ever forget, like, share, and subscribe to Boxing Headquarters because we're bringing the smoke every single time. See you in the next one, fight fans.